driving up here, the roads are just caked in leaves right now. I mean, it is so colorful up here. I mean, a lot of the trees still have their leaves, but leaves all over the place, colorful leaves all over the trees. It is a beautiful time of year. You love to see it. I can't believe it, but we are now on episode 6 of the quest for a mudbrook buck this year. It has been unsuccessful so far, mostly uneventful. Sometimes I wonder if I should even post the videos, but then I figure it's just, for me, it's all about just documenting, excuse me. For me, it's all about just documenting my experiences, and that's all that really matters to me. So whether anybody else likes it or not, you know, either way is cool. I just like making videos so I can look back on them, try to learn from my experiences, and also just see myself progress as a hunter as I go through the season, and hopefully seasons after, you know, continuing on after this. But anyways, to the main point of today's mission, I said at the end of the last video actually that I'd be up for a few hunts this week. So that's actually what I'm doing right now, driving up to the cabin here. I got a spot on the way that I want to scout. My thought is that, you know, all season I've been trying to get a doe. I messed up on that one doe, but I really haven't seen much for bucks, and I feel like I haven't put myself in situations where I should be seeing bucks, or maybe that's just because it's so early. I did hunt a couple spots that I had scouted out over some acorns and just didn't have much activity. But I feel like now that the leaves are dropping, things are getting colder, I really need to start putting myself in spots where I think I can see a buck, a good buck that is too. So now I'm driving to Road Scout, a field that I found on the map. I don't want to go too in depth on it yet because I want to get there, take a look at the field, and see if it's even worth me going in there with my sticks and stand. So that's where I'm heading right now. We're gonna see how she looks. Okay, so my first thought with this field here, upon arrival here, is that I really like that it's a cornfield. It's a standing cornfield right now. Has not yet been harvested. I think we're probably a couple to a few weeks behind on that yet. But I don't mind the standing corn either. But now I think I'm definitely going to come back here because I wanted to see if it was a field that would contain food that was worth hunting near, I guess I should say. If there wasn't going to be a good food source in this field, then I wasn't planning on sitting on it. But now that I see there's standing corn, I do want to check it out today. I think this is an excellent opportunity for me to put myself in a different situation that I haven't been in before. Whether it goes well or not, honestly, it doesn't really matter that much to me because I mainly would like to learn from it and just experience something. On the back north side of this field, it almost looked like on the map that it comes up the hill from like a big ash swamp. There's a pretty tight and steep gradient coming up from the ash swamp, and then on the east side of it, there is a huge hill on the back east side of this. It looks like it would be a big ridge, maybe where it would hold some deer bedding on top of it. But I guess I don't know exactly. I just like that there's a swamp down below, there's a hill back behind the field to the east, and then there's almost like between the two, there's a little valley that kind of draws its way up towards that top edge of the field. But there's public, all this is public on the outside of the field. So I figured if I stay out of that swamp bottom, and I just take the edge of this corn back to the corner of the field, maybe I can find some hot sign and get on a deer tonight, even if it's not a big buck. Just seeing some deer and knowing that I'm putting myself in a good situation would be awesome. So I'm definitely going to try it. I got to head to the cabin now. We're going to get my stuff situated. It's only like noon right now, but I'd like to get back out here around 2 o'clock. So follow along if you want. If not, maybe it's your loss. But let's do it. People don't realize how difficult the whole hang and hunt thing can be sometimes. How saddle hunting is way lighter. Honestly, I wish I had a saddle. It's a nice deer trail. Really nice deer trail right here. This is going to be a tough haul out here with some stuff. I don't have all my sticks either, so I'm actually carrying like a heavier stick right now than what I'm used to. But I really wanted an adventure, and I'm going to get one. So I'm going to sneak along the north side of this field, all the way down the edge, try to hug the field as tight as I can. Check for sign, check for trails coming out to the corn, see where they're coming from, and try to set up on a trail in here. Once I get back in there, I'm going to look for some more sign. Maybe if there's oaks, or just looking for trails too. So gotta be as quiet as I can, but I think I should
first third of my walk out here was really, really thick. I had to go through some super thick brush right on the edge of the field for about the first 200 yards, I would say. Then finally, once I got out of that, I knew there'd be this big ridge on the back side of the field that funnels all the way up to the field. On my way back here, I did see a spot where once I came out of that brush on the edge of the field, I saw how the brush line ran to the north, and it's just a really thick patch where I could definitely see deer bedding, but I didn't see any super heavy trails coming out of it, and I figured I didn't really want to take my chances on a spot where I couldn't see very well if there wasn't a good trail coming out. So that was my first thought. I was going to sit there, but then just didn't want to take that chance. So I kept moving my way back to the east, got to the back edge, and it's just, I mean, for what time of the year it is, with all the leaves still on the trees, it's pretty wide open in here. And this is at least a spot. I do see a crossing on the fence line here going up to the field. I don't know exactly where it comes from because it is so open in here and the leaves are falling too consistently. But I know that I'm right on the back corner of this field, right kind of where the fence line drops down and deer could travel over it. So I'm going to set up probably like 20 to 30 yards away from that. Get my stuff all hauled up into this tree. That way I can see back to the west. If anything does come up the hill from like the northwest, and I can also see down into this bottom here, into the valley that comes up from the northeast. So I can see either direction, and hopefully I can catch a deer making its way. I feel like they gravitate right towards the corner here. I'm out here nice and early. It's like 2 o'clock right now. But I wanted to get set up ahead of time and have some time to get some R&R once I sit down. So I'm pretty excited about it. I usually don't have too high of expectations, so just swinging it and seeing if any deer come cruising through tonight. Temps dropping. It should be an awesome night.
I got the stand all set up, and then of course the rain came down. I had to keep my camera stored away for the first 2 hours of the hunt. About 2 hours in, I had a decent, but not quite a shooter 8-pointer come into about 60 yards. He walked behind a bit of brush, and the rain was still coming down and dripping all around me, so I still couldn't get my cameras out. And as a result, I didn't get any footage of him. I ended up seeing 7 deer, including that 8-pointer, 2 small fork bucks, and 4 does, but only managed to get footage of a doe making her way out to the field. I also lost my binocs on the way out that night, and thankfully found them the next morning thanks to the Onyx tracking feature. I was really bummed about it all, but wanted to keep my head up and keep hunting. The next day, I went out to my Swamp Island spot that you've seen in previous videos, known as Logging Dam. I only saw 1 small deer that I also was unable to get any footage of. A day later, Lauren and I came back up and sat the trusty old bank. Within minutes, we had a small 8 and a fork buck butting heads right in front of us. Once we get her shooting her bow more, she might have to fling an arrow at that 8. We went home for another day, and while working on homework, we received a text from our buddy Bill that he had hit the 8-point buck that we had been seeing on camera lately. Without hesitation, we put off our homework and got ready to go track a deer.
She going down in Mudbrook?
What?
Look how high up these things are.
She going down in Mudbrook tonight. What's the scoop?
Well,
What happened?
these leggings are really itchy. Well, Bill hit a deer, not with his truck.
That's a plus. He didn't hit the fire pit this time either with his truck.
Shit.
We were just... Should I turn my car on or just do this quick? We were just at home. I was studying for an exam that I have to take this weekend. Lauren was cleaning the basement, which is still a complete mess.
We'll be sleeping on the couch tonight.
We are putting all our responsibilities off right now because Bill just hit a buck. We just got word that he hit an 8-pointer. So now we are heading up to the cabin. I didn't get an outro filmed yesterday. We saw some nice bucks. Not really all that nice.
Video just wasn't over yet.
We saw some pretty looking bucks. Not big bucks. I tried making an outro. My camera died on me because GoPro batteries suck. So here we are the day after. Got word that Bill hit a buck. Like I said, on our way up now. Where am I going with this?
I'm not really sure. You
This
need
is-
to start driving.
Yeah, this is totally gonna be the thumbnail. Even though there's literally no documentation of this, this is gonna be the thumbnail.
I'm not even.
We're going up to track Bill's 8-pointer that he shot at the Mofo honey hole.
Where Kansas shot his deer.
Yep, Bill's honey hole. Let's get after it. We're coming, Bill. At last, we made it up here. We got the scoop from Bill. So he was sitting at the honey hole stand tonight, his sacred honey hole stand. He said this buck came walking out underneath him, and he just looked down and you could see some horns underneath him. Not the biggest 8-pointer in the world, not the biggest one he shot. Here's some talking. Did he find it already? Not the biggest one he's shot, but it got him fired up, so he shot it. Sounds like he put a good quartering away shot on it. They might have found it already, honestly, but we're gonna get up here and take a look.
Right by the tree there where the what do you say? Right a little bit. So he took off around through here, so and that's where I lose him.
Oh, like out through this moat area? So did you find any blood yet?
No. Didn't look yet. I walked all the way up here, but I'm going to look down here. Yeah, here's a pretty mush down. I'll work my way up here a little bit.
Yeah.
Get at least started in the right spot.
Got a little drop of blood?
Yep, right here.
Sweet.
Post. Very little. I don't know what I did with my...
Do you want me to mark it so you can don't have to put
There
your
you
bow
go.
down every time?
I have a roll actually in my
Is this
backpack,
used?
but- So it was right here. someplace.
Use TP as a marker.
Yeah, right there on that little leaf.
Yeah.
Right here.
Mhm.
Oh, look at it all.
Mhm. Get a number on them.
Ooh.
Oh, that's some good blood.
That much.
More, but the deer yet though, but
I was literally just thinking to myself though, like right before you said that, I was thinking it smells like a dead
arrow
animal.
broke. You want to stand here and
Like
see the arrow? Yep,
call me crazy, but I smell
not yet.
I smell a dead animal.
Broke the arrow off. Right here's the blood trail.
Alright.
There he is.
There you are,
Got him,
Bill.
Billy. Get him?
I told you I smelled something. Hey!
There he is.
Let's go.
What's he look like?
8-pointer.
Got long tines, yep. Nice.
Nice. That's
Beauty.
the one I had on camera over
I
the
like
summer at LBR.
I like it. I did hit him farther back than I thought. He didn't go that far. No. Thanks. He circled back. Lauren's the one that found the God dang her. The backtrack. So she did it. Yep.
Remember that though?
I got excited.
By the deck over the summer when I showed you that buck at
Yeah.
LBR and I said, I got this one on camera. You're like, oh, I'd shoot him.
Well, I
That's
did.
him.
Yep. Cool. Thanks, folks.
Nice job.
Glad that
Billy.
didn't take too long.
Hey,
Good job.
Lauren, thank you.
Yeah, good job, Lauren.
I'm gonna go grab and I'll bring the four-wheeler.
I-
Okay.
Unreal.
Yeah, my keys are in mine.
On the trail, like we're
Keys are
No,
where?
I
In
told
it?
you it
Keys
was
are
on
in
the
it.
right side,
No, that was a
going
good
out.
call. I was stupid. Good call.
It's been a while. He's stiff.
Oh yeah. Stiff, huh?
Very stiff.
He's a nice tall rat.
Heavy. How am I gonna do this? I want to make a nice picture.
That's gonna wrap this up. Bill got it done tonight at the honey hole. Didn't track for very long. It was actually a buck I had on camera over the summer at LBR, like I was saying in the video. Saw him in the summer, noticed he was real tall and real heavy, but not super wide. But a really pretty deer, good sized deer, good mass. Just a little narrow, but still a beautiful deer. And we've had him on camera so many times in daylight lately. Not really easy to pinpoint where he's gonna be, but he has been out in daylight. Bill picked the right spot tonight, and that was awesome. So we're super happy for Bill. Can't wait to get this video posted so you can see Bill's harvest. And I can't wait to get out, get on the mobile hunt grind, get on the public land grind
hopefully get myself a buck too. Maybe Lauren. Hope to see some other people get some bucks too. So that's the end of our episode 6. Thanks, Bill, for saving the day.